Welcome to The Feature. I'm Ian, I'm a product manager at SecuTix. In today's episode, we'll talk about TED. In the engagement family, TED is the little brother of Sam and Dan, and is short for the Executive Dashboard. TED is an online portal that allows you to monitor your sales 24/7, or let third parties, like producers, see the sales data you do on their behalf. Let's get started. So we start on the login page of TED, the same login page as the rest of the ticket shop. It's based on the same technology stack. Historically, it was the producer space dedicated to producers, but with recent changes, we made it really easy to allow TED to be used for internal purposes. Simply create a producer, a special structure of type producer, and then through the TED admin contact criteria, these relays will have access to TED with a full set of data. So you land on the dashboard, you see all the products that were defined to be visible through the usual profile, same as the regular sales channels of the ticket shop. And you see the data with the number of tickets, revenue, and the potential revenue, which takes into account the reservations. Recent sales can be toggled to display by default. It will display today's sales, but you can show, for example, yesterday's sales, last week, last month, and all this can be configured in the back office. You can filter on the product name or on the date of your performances and drill down from the event to the performance, and you can even go to a special page for performances to be able to see details of a given performance. So for example, the availability per seat category and the sales per seat category, per contingent, per sales channel, and even per payment method. So all this allows you to see all the details of your sales and availability for a given performance. Going back to the dashboard, you can select elements in the list to see the subtotals, the numbers computed for those specific elements, and also run a specific report on those selected elements. You can activate the auto refresh feature, very convenient if you're monitoring sales and then you don't want to have to press F5 all the time. It will do it for you automatically and you'll see the latest data. And you can toggle, this feature is useful more for producers to toggle between your total revenue and only the ticket part of the revenue if you have, for example, the composition of prices with charges and things like that. A new element that we added recently is those two charts that sit on top of the table with all the data, which illustrates the data you have. So on one side, the number of tickets and the complementary tickets, and the other side, your revenue with the potential revenue. Anytime you filter the table, the charts will adjust accordingly. So really, again, trying to make it look very useful and easy to read the data. Right at the top on top of the charts, we have the report element, and that was there since the beginning. You can define which reports are available to download from TED, and very easily generate a PDF if you want to go into details of a PDF. Again, the whole point of TED is to allow third parties or even people that don't necessarily have access to the back office of SecuTix to easily access this data, and you don't want to have heavy training, so we've added this help button, and which will take you through all the steps, for example, to generate a report or even understand what feature is what inside the whole TED dashboard. Finally, an important point is that TED is meant to be, you can access it wherever you are, using a tablet or even your phone, landscape mode, and the layout is adaptive, so everything's very easy to use and convenient even on a smartphone. As you can see, you can toggle even with an iPhone X, and in landscape mode, everything is quite neat and displays correctly. The color elements is like the rest of the ticket shop, the sales channel. You can configure them in the back office if you want to give a different look and feel. And very importantly, we have recently added also the possibility to define that internal names are displayed rather than external name, typically if you're using for internal purposes to give access to your colleagues or some CEO or director of some sort that should get access to all this cool stuff. Here you have it, TED, the Executive Dashboard. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.